Oh, it's starting anyway. There we go.
Hey guys. Hello, hello, hello. We are back for another Gluestick chat. That's gonna confuse me. Looking at the wrong camera. Okay. Yeah. So we are here for another live Gluestick chat. Hopefully some people get on here. Always worried that this isn't gonna work. Let's just make sure it is. Live Gluestick chat. Okay, so we've got some people on. Hey guys, we're so excited you're here. Hopefully a few more people will jump on. I'm Sarah from Work Life Glue. Obviously, I'm sure most of you know that, but we're just really excited to be here tonight to connect with you guys. We want to do this as much as possible. It just works really well on Wednesday nights for us because Bryony's asleep and Celia is at church, so we can have about 45 minutes or so to just chat with you guys. I can stay on a little bit longer because Sam's going to pick Celia up, but should be good as we're having people hop on. We're just so excited for you guys and just grateful that you are taking time out of your night to spend some time with us. We just really want this to be a time for us to answer things, that we may not get to in content videos and just really interact with you guys. You guys mean so much to us. I don't want to start crying right away, but it just means so much to us that you find value on our channel and you continue to watch, and we are just so grateful because without you guys we'd be literally talking to nobody. So we're just very grateful you're here. In the comments or in the chat, I always say comments, in the chat, let us know where you are watching us from and what are you most looking forward to about the next week or so. If you celebrate Christmas or just in general, if you don't, what are you looking forward to? Where are you watching from?
Where am I watching from?
You know what?
Somewhere kind of cold, kind of warm.
Actually, it's kind of warm. Minnesota.
So we got somebody from Iowa, Midwest Mama. That's our neighbor.
Oh, yeah. Neighbor state.
Yeah,
what are you most looking forward to for
eating?
Eating, yeah. I'm excited to eat. I just did my keto update, if you guys didn't see it, and down 18 pounds, but I am excited for eating. I will be eating over Christmas. I will be indulging, and then I'll get back on sometime after.
All over the place.
So we've got people from Iowa, Boston, other Massachusetts, Canada, Denver, San Francisco Bay Area, jealous, North Carolina. I was honestly just looking at
houses down there.
Is that South Chapel Hill, South Carolina?
Yeah.
Is that north? I don't know my Carolinas that well, but would love to visit there and maybe move there. Omaha, Louisiana. Okay, awesome. Alabama, Minnesota. Courtney, hey, that's my friend. So yeah, we are just excited and happy you guys are here. So thank you for stopping in. If you have any questions, just North Carolina. Thank you, Rebecca. I couldn't remember. I thought it was North Carolina.
Thank you.
Oh, another Mankato, Courtney. That's funny. I wonder if you guys know each other. Anyway, so thank you guys. And let us know, what are you excited about for Christmas? You said eating.
Always.
I am just so excited to see Christmas through our girls' eyes, especially Celia, because she's almost 4. So this is so exciting for her. And then Bryony, I'm excited to see her rip open the presents because I'm sure she's going to be into that this year.
The wrapping present.
Yeah, probably. But just excited to have some time as a family. I'm going to go see Mary Poppins or Returns or whatever it is with Celia, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Have a little mommy-daughter date and should be fun. Cool. So, yeah, really, really excited. Still snows in Chapel Hill. Totally fine. Totally fine with it snowing once in a while.
Yeah.
Just not 6 months of the year.
Joking that we want to.
And I could drive to the beach. I'm really into Laura Casey, and she lives in Chapel Hill. And I was looking at doing some power sheet stuff, and I don't know. I was looking at her garden and getting jealous that she can have plants grow. I mean, our garden is covered in snow. So anyway, maybe we'll start with live Gluestick questions and then go to the ones that people asked. I like to ask in advance just in case nobody shows up, so we have something to talk about because it's very awkward to just talk to yourself. But
You're making it awkward.
I'm not being awkward right now. Am I being awkward? Gotta love husbands, right? We should just kick him out. Okay, so let's start with any questions you guys have. I just love this. This is like my favorite kind of video. Jennifer asked if we would, oh, guys, if we would like to send you a late Christmas present. Don't send, you have no way to send us a Christmas present because we got rid of our PO box because we didn't want people to send us things. It's very sweet and we're very grateful.
It's just hard for us to manage that box.
Yeah, and we don't need anything, guys. Okay. Thank you. That's very sweet, but do not.
Says the working mom juggle. I've heard you saying paying off debt. Are you still part of the debt-free journey? We are.
We are. It's taking some turns for sure. Yeah. Especially with daycare. It's like as soon as I get into a groove, like a couple kids leave, and then right now I am down 2 kids, so that makes a difference. But we're working on it. It's going to be a long process, but we're still we just filled our envelopes. We're
back on envelopes again.
I mean, our budget we're still doing. Yeah. I just didn't feel comfortable sharing it as much. We were for a while, and then I just decided not to because I don't know, personal reasons, I guess. But we could still do some budgeting videos. I just don't want that to be like our whole channel. Okay. I like it to be about balancing all those things, but that's definitely one area. So if you guys like that, I know there's some other like really awesome budgeting people on YouTube, and I've never gotten out of debt, so like I don't want to be like I'm not an expert on it. But yeah, we definitely still in the process. Caitlin asked, do you think you will ever quit daycare to make life more simple? I've answered this a few times. I honestly have no plan, like no exit plan right now. Do I foresee myself doing daycare forever? No, but I don't really know. I'm open to many things. We still would like to have at least one more child, and I want to be here for that child just like I've been for all. And right now we definitely need 2 incomes. So it's just not in the cards for me to like quit, for that reason. But, I foresee myself a few more years for sure. Yeah. And I've talked to a lot of other providers who started out, who have retired now or, are a lot older, and they've said like, I never anticipated being in it forever. But, when my kids started going to school, they really liked having me at home. And even though they were in school, like I got the summers with them and stuff like that. I have thought about like possibly only being open Monday through Thursday or taking the summers off if it made financial sense. But for right now, it doesn't. And, it is a lot of work, but I'm getting paid, which is helpful, and I get to be there for my kids and provide a really great environment for other kids and be home. With his schedule. Even if I worked outside the home, it would be so hard because we would not see each other. I think it'd be a lot harder in our specific situation. But yeah, hopefully that answers that. Yeah, would it make life more simple? In some ways, yes, but having a lot less money would make a difference. And I feel like I'm the person who always needs something. So even if I was a stay-at-home mom, well, I mean, I have YouTube, but I would probably have something just because it's just in my nature to always be doing something more for whatever reason. I don't know. It's just how I am. Okay, let's see. Christy. Hi, Christy. I'm excited to watch our kids open their presents and to have new toys to entertain them. Yes, me too. I'm so excited. Yeah, I've been like picturing Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, I guess, is when we're celebrating and just having them play and open their stuff.
You just skipped something.
Did I?
Yeah, you just scrolled down all the way. Where?
Are you okay? Anna, Amy, and Mel. Are you guys planning any family vacation? As a daycare provider, I'm counting down the days for my vacation. So I'm off like 11 days after Friday. Who's counting? But we're not doing like any vacation. I have some, fun things planned with the girls. We have like 3 or 4 family Christmases. Three Christmases. I'm gonna go hopefully see my grandma, girl's great grandma. you know, stuff like that, getting some videos filmed, doing some projects around the house. We do have a week off. Well, like I want to tackle the storage room, that kind of project, organizing. What was I going to say? In June, we went to a cabin last year. My parents like set it up and everything through Airbnb or no, VRBO, and we're doing that again in 2019. And I'm pretty excited. We're renting a pontoon with it because my dad's fishing boat just did not work well with the little ones because they want to be able to walk around.
Well, and Bryony's just so tiny.
Well, yeah, really but understand. I think a pontoon will be easier because they can literally walk around. We could bring some toys on there. I'm so excited for that. Other than that, we have some just time blocked off of like, you know, we don't have anything planned yet, but we'll probably like do a staycation or go to the Twin Cities or something like that. Nothing big because, like, you know, we are trying to pay off debt and be conscious about our money. I should let you answer some.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
should. Yeah, because the last time somebody said I was low energy, but I think it was because Sarah,
I'm used to being the face of the channel. So, okay, you know? I'll let you answer the next one.
There was something. Where did it go? Right here. Can you speak about the beginning of your YouTube journey? When do you feel like you got some traction with your channel? It started mostly with Sarah showing her, like, what is it? It's been so long. Yeah,
so it started, I think, with planning videos way back when we had our second apartment together. I had a few blogs over the year, like BLOGS. Yeah, Sam had one called Obviously Cheddar, and what was the other one?
Flaming Apron.
Flaming Apron, yeah. So we kind of dabbled in that kind of stuff, and then, you know, I liked watching planning videos, so I did like a Aqua Malden Filofax video, and I did some other ones. And then when we renovated our last house, we did some videos on that. And then we got pregnant with Celia. We talked about infertility here and there. And then, you know, we moved, and then we started daily vlogging.
I just like threw out the idea. I'm like, why don't we just start vlogging just for fun and see where it takes us? And like started it, and then I got into it.
Yeah, it was October of 2015.
We eventually were trying to figure out like what other things can we do than other just talk about our lives, because you know, we're not the most entertaining people, honestly.
And we kind of realized like we don't want this.
Because I would like to vlog more. Just the editing is what it comes down to. When are we going to edit? Because Sarah already gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do the editing, and then on top of another video, it's like she's already does so much for everything.
And I like privacy at the same time. I didn't like feeling that pressure to always
you know, the content is a lot of Sarah driven, and of course I would love to be on more of this channel. It's just hard for me to find a pocket of time where I'm not doing something for the house, like running errands or cleaning something or organizing. I don't know.
So when did we feel like we got traction? Honestly, I feel like last year. I think last year we were at about 8,000 subscribers, I want to say, which was still pretty good. You know, not huge, but for us, it felt pretty good. And then that's when we had made a separate channel called Work Life Glue, and we still had a channel called Marital Glue. And I just was like reassessing and realizing like, let's just put it all in one. Let's be and kind of like refocus on, we want to be for, you know, primarily two-parent working families. That doesn't mean if you're a stay-at-home mom, you can't watch. Not at all. And I don't think you're not a working mom if you're a stay-at-home mom. But that was just more of who I wanted to talk to, because I felt like moms on YouTube are usually stay-at-home moms. And so I wanted to give more of a voice to working moms. And when I started my daycare, we were vlogging at that time. And a lot of people were like, tell us more. So that's why I do the daycare day. I don't want, you know, I go back and forth because I like talking about daycare, but I don't want to be totally just daycare, especially if one day I don't do daycare anymore. I don't want to just like alienate our whole audience. So that's my story with that. Hopefully that helps. I think once we really focused and, you know, listened and tried to have more of a community, I think that's when, and I've been more consistent on Instagram, so I think that helps as well. Just consistency, focus, knowing your audience, and just being true to who you are. You know, I try to be really authentic. You know, could I do videos that are clickbait and get more views and stuff? Could I have shown my body and put that as the thumbnail for my Kito video? I could have, but that's not me. I'm very modest, and it's not who I am, and I try to really stay true to who I am. Our girls may watch these one day, and I think about that a lot and what I put out there. Okay, Julie?
No,
or no,
Erin.
how do you manage? Yeah, okay, so she had asked me this on Instagram. How do you manage marriage with 2 differing schedules? And she had said how, you know, it's hard when your spouse is on a different schedule and you find yourself arguing. And we've been there, we are there. Not this particular day, but even last week, you were working 17-hour days.
I put in like 45 hours plus in 3 days.
3 days. So yeah, it was crazy. How do we deal with it? Clear boundaries of what's expected of each person, which has taken us a very long time.
We're still working on that.
Right. But overall, you know, when Santa is working a lot, I don't expect much out of him, and I try to expect less out of myself. And I let myself get overwhelmed and just know that that's normal and not beat myself up about it. You know, when I did an Instagram post about this yesterday, I think, about just maximizing those tiny pockets of time.
Mm-hmm.
If he works at 11 or 12 on a Saturday, well, that morning is family time, even if it's running to Target, but we will try to like go to get a donut or find an event going on, like something easy, and just go to it, go to the library, which is by his work, and just maximize that time. And so we feel like we're, you know, even though he works, we're still getting some time as a family. Yeah. How do we do it?
It took time.
It's hard.
I think,
it's really hard.
A lot of open communication, a lot of just
arguing,
letting stupid stuff go, trying to at least.
And a lot of arguing. Counseling helped a lot. We did a video on that.
About really stupid stuff.
We usually get to a point we're doing really, really well, and then it's like something happens down, and then we're like, oh, we got to fix this, and we're back up.
But we're trying to keep it more even keel now.
Yeah.
We're trying to let little things go more.
We argue. I yelled at him yesterday.
After working for 45 hours in 3 days, and my brain was like, how do I function at home? Like, I'm like, I don't know. My brain was fried yesterday and today. It's like,
it's hard.
Not getting sleepy, it don't help. So
we don't have a magical pill. You guys see the best of us. You don't see us fighting. We don't fight a lot, but we do fight, you know. We're human. I'm a redhead. It's in me. Okay. Tana, is that what you need? Tana's life. What age group do you prefer working with? That is a very good question. It depends on the kid.
I think it does.
I would say 2 to 3.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Independent enough, but they can.
4, I feel like, is when at least they get an attitude, and I don't know. 2. I kind of like 2. I think if I had to pick one age, it depends. Is it my kid or somebody else's kid?
Yeah.
My kid, I don't know. Newborn, because then they're sweet to me. They don't scream at me. I don't know. I like them all, and they all have challenges, and it really depends on the kid. I don't want to answer that. Okay. Have you considered tutoring grade school English as an alternative to daycare? I've thought about that kind of stuff. I don't think I could make the living I need, and it wouldn't allow me, that I know of anyway, the ability to still be home with my kids, because they require a lot when they are around. So it's not like they could just be playing. They're not those kind of kids, I guess.
Yeah.
While I'm like helping somebody else.
Yeah.
Do you take summer and winter off? I take a week in the winter and usually like a week in the summer, and I do have days off.
We're not a seasonal.
No, but I'm open year round.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Graham's watching. Hi, Graham. Courtney's
Caitlin D. Hart, what attracted you to each other? And did you guys date a lot before you got together?
No.
That is a loaded question.
What attracted?
There's a video. We did a video on this last year, actually, around this time, our 10-year dating anniversary.
Yeah, we probably did.
We can't link it right now. Yeah. But yeah, what attracted to each other? Well, first, I went after her, and it didn't pan out the way I wanted it to.
I wasn't interested.
You know, I eventually just kind of gave up and was like,
Went
whatever.
into the friend
We
zone.
were,
But that's when I came around
And
because I
she came
realized he
around
was so
because-
sweet and kind and loving.
yeah,
And
sure.
he was like a giant teddy bear at the time. He was like, what, 70 pounds heavier?
That was 70 pounds heavier.
And
more.
he's just so sweet. I think that's what it was, and like caring and I don't say gentle. Is that you have like a gentle soul? You're a nice guy.
Yeah.
And
for her,
he was
she was
friends with a lot of girls. He was
she
just
was,
that like go-to person.
I don't know. She was weird, funny, cute, all that stuff.
You
And
like my butt.
yeah. But I mean, what boy at that age isn't like
16,
girls' butts? I mean,
15,
seriously.
16?
Yeah.
16. Okay.
Did you find leaving your
Did we
house?
date a lot before though?
No,
he was my first
I had a
boyfriend.
middle school girlfriend for like 2 years, and then I was crushed after that ended. But I was naive and dumb. So now that look back at it,
You
was
were
like seriously,
young,
we were so young.
Yeah. Okay. Did you find it hard leaving your old house after making? Okay, have you guys seen that video where I'm like bawling?
Home tour. It's like something like that. It was like about 40 minutes long.
Yeah, it's one of our most viewed videos.
It's a beautiful home. It really started.
It was so hard, but we left for such good reasons: to be closer to family, lower cost of living, better schools, better paying job, all of those things. So I don't regret it. Would I ever want to relive it? Absolutely not.
It was hard.
So hard on every level, and I can't believe I did it so pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe
It broke my heart because I was so attached to the Twin Cities. Because when you live where we used to live, wow. You dream of moving away to the big city.
Well, and you get pregnant there. Yeah. You imagine your life
like Sarah
there.
wanted to give birth at this beautiful birth center, and but that was booked up.
And then I did not.
Unfortunately, but leaving there was harder for me, as not leaving the house, but just leaving that area because it's a special.
It's very nostalgic when we go back. It is, and it was very proximity was great.
We drive by it all the time.
I do not miss the traffic in the Twin Cities at all, but I miss the lifestyle, I guess, that everything's so close. Okay.
I like this next question.
What did you just say?
I said,
I thought you said the sex question. It's like, please, no, okay. This is live.
Have you found intermittent fasting to be hard at all? Since you wake up at 4 and eat at 11, what do you do if you're hungry in that 7 hour
so
period?
She's referring to, I just started intermittent fasting right after Thanksgiving, so I do not eat from like 6 p.m. most nights until 11 a.m. the next day. I do have coffee in the morning with 1 tablespoon of creamer, which is 45, or not creamer, but heavy cream, which is 45 calories. I put a stevia packet in there, and then some of the sweet leaf drops, which are all 0 calories. So technically, you're still in intermittent fasting mode if you have under 50 calories is the main guideline.
Yeah.
I do sip on my other coffee, but I don't think it's enough calories to count.
How many much you put in that?
Nice kind of. But I literally sip like 4 sips throughout the morning, so I don't think that counts.
If it kind of breaks it down to like, if something triggers an insulin response in your body, that breaks your fast. Yeah. Some people say you should have just water or nothing at all, because for true fasting. And I'm just like, I've experimented with a lot of like things to take beforehand, and I found that black coffee, 0 calorie drinks, energy drinks, 0 calorie teas are usually the best way to go.
Yeah.
If you and honestly, it's once you jump right in like she did. She had a huge feast the night before, and then she just went cold turkey and just started fasting, and she's been doing really good.
Yeah, for me, it's not too hard. Breakfast for the kids is a little hard because I'm smelling bagels.
Yeah, my job
I have
food,
had a little bite here and there, I won't lie. But once I get over that hump, and I'm usually so busy, I don't even think about it anymore. Can you let me finish, man?
That's a topic I like too.
I know. Let me finish this part. Well, she asked me how I'm doing. Let me finish. Okay. And once I get over that, I don't think it's that hard because, I'm just dealing with kids all day, and it makes me really look forward to lunch. And I'm more likely to eat healthy for lunch because I'm just so hungry that I'm like, just put whatever in front of me and I'll eat it. Yeah. Okay.
And it says, what do you do if you're hungry? Well, you try to find distractions.
Yeah, that's fine.
And she's easily does that. So
yeah.
Okay. What ethnicity is San? Is San bilingual? If so, you plan to teach your girls. I am Lao, I'm not sure if I'm 100% allowed because I feel like there's some Thai crossover. I think, I don't know, my mom and dad. I'm not sure.
Are you bilingual?
Am I bilingual?
Define
I know
bilingual.
a little Lao.
He understands,
I understand it more than
well.
anything, and I can speak some of it. But for some reason, I'm great speaking when I'm like inebriated for some reason. So it's kind of funny. But teach our girls. I try the words that are just the common phrases like hello, goodbye, I love you.
1 through 10.
1 through 10, and my daughter.
I can say
tried.
Where's the bathroom.
Yeah, and my mom and dad try, but they have to hear it right away.
They're not around it enough. Because even when we're around, they speak English because otherwise I have no idea what they're saying. I mean, they do speak Lao here and there, but I wish they could be bilingual, but I don't think they're around it enough.
We'll make them do like Spanish or French or something or German.
Yeah. Okay. What recommendation would you have for someone considering leaving their 9-to-5 benefited job to open up a home daycare? Well, if you have a spouse, hopefully they have benefits. That's where we get our benefits. But I will say we did a video on cost sharing ministries. If you guys aren't familiar with that, it's basically, well, the ones we know of are Christian based, but there may be other kinds. But basically, like, you write a check to somebody else for their medical need, and it's every month. It's like the same amount that you sign up for, and then when you have a medical need, people send you money to pay for it, and it works really well.
Heartless. Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, that'll get into another question if we get to it. But we did that for a year when his benefits, like the price skyrocketed, but they came back down.
We could really afford it.
I don't remember, but I think it was really expensive for 1 year. Yeah. So we did that. So I would recommend looking into stuff like that, budgeting, talking to other people, seeing, will you fill up, will you not?
And like licensing is kind of like the big stickler depending on where you live, what state and county, honestly.
Yeah.
And a lot of daycare providers, as Sarah said a lot, is they're not doing it anymore because of that. And
it's hard. It's hard.
There's a lot. So
for me, it was, it just made sense. I wasn't leaving a benefited job though. I was nannying before that, so it wasn't much different. It was a pay increase for me and fewer hours, and I
predictable
was
hours.
Yeah. Okay, I'm starting keto in the new year. What do I eat for snacks? Seems like I can't eat anything I normally eat. Nuts, we love. What brand are those?
Those, so what is it?
Are they in there?
We'll find it over here.
We love these almonds. Blue Diamond. They do have some carbs, but if you just like weigh them out, they're really, really delicious. They have a lot of different flavors. Huh?
I think they have fiber too.
Yeah.
Though,
so there's like these.
This is our favorite. It's really the habanero barbecue. They have a lot of different flavors, but
they're
really
only
good.
2 grams of carbs.
But I really recommend like
carbs.
weighing them out because you can easily eat like the whole bag, guys.
It's about 28 nuts, but that's pretty good for a snack.
Yeah.
I love making these. When I was still doing late night snacks, I would make these like Cheez-Its, which is basically was just like cut up cheese slices and you bake them. There's recipes.
You like, what is it?
Cottage cheese, pickle wraps.
Little blocks of cheese.
Yeah, cheese, pickles.
Bite-sized salami is good.
Yeah.
What else?
Cottage cheese.
Laughing cow, just a wedge of laughing cow would be good.
I don't
have
snack
like
a lot.
some low glycemic fruit.
String cheese.
Yeah.
I don't snack a lot.
No.
I have basically 2 giant meals, not giant, but 2 larger meals.
Protein powder.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Chocolate if it's not have a lot of sugar in it. Okay. How perfect did your house have to be license approved? For me in Minnesota, so many people ask me about licensing and doing videos on that, and I have such a hard time because I can only speak to my experience in Minnesota, which is not how it is everywhere else. That's a good question. So what was I answering? Sorry, I got distracted. In Minnesota, my house had to be following all of the licensing rules to pass, which is a lot, but I don't have such a hard time answering that. It's a lot, but it really just depends on your area.
Yeah.
And
because some places like the temperature of the water has to be this,
and some places don't care. And some places you don't have to be licensed.
You have to have this lock on this thing. Some places don't care.
It just really depends. So I have a hard
you'd have
time
to look into
those.
your like DHS and all that stuff.
Okay, what are your favorite Christmas traditions? Well, our new one, we just went on this trolley ride.
Check out that vlog.
Yeah,
it was the last Sunday one.
Oh yeah, the most recent weekly prep video. Definitely check that out.
Trolley ride was a lot of fun. Totally worth the money. Don't have to drive around, mess around.
Christmas movies.
Christmas movies. I'd like to know, guys, what are your favorite Christmas movies? Home Alone is mine. For sure. The first and second one, not the third.
I liked the third. I haven't watched it as an adult though, but I don't know. I can't think of too many questions going around. Okay. Would you ever want to write your own cookbook? Well, technically one is in the works for Daycare.
Yeah. I want to write so many books. I need the time.
Yeah.
Like I have so many ideas of
get us more subscribers.
Yeah. Just kidding. But yeah, I do. I've always thrown around the idea of writing like just a little memoir about my culinary.
Yeah, he has thought about that.
Experience. Not that it's like anything like Anthony Bourdain, rest in peace. Yeah. But you know, just something to look back on. Yeah. And things like that.
He has funny stories for sure.
Oh yeah.
Would you guys rather spend 3 months in Europe or 3 hours in space?
Europe.
Definitely Europe. You couldn't pay me to go to outer space.
I'd go to space.
He wants to like skydive.
I do.
I don't even think I would skydive for $1 million. That's how terrified I would be. I would probably die. I literally think I would die of fear.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way. Yeah, we like that one. Turbo Man.
That one. Yep.
Or Christmas with the Cranks. Have we seen Christmas with the Cranks?
Have you ever felt YouTube/social media burnout?
Yes. I mean, it's self-inflicted. You know, I don't have to do 3 videos a week. I don't have to do Patreon. I don't have to do this, that, and the other thing. But I love it, and when I commit to something, I commit. So yes, I have. Especially, I think after Bryony was born, I went through kind of a oh dear. Because I committed to Vlogmas last year, which was a really stupid idea because I was just starting daycare again after my maternity leave. I had a newborn, but I committed, so I followed through. But I try very hard not to overcommit, and I take weeks off. Like next week, I'm planning to take a week off, and I feel good about it. Yeah. Because then I can get ahead. I feel good when I'm ahead. Who do you look up to? I've been really into Oprah lately. I've been, who do I look up to? Oh, Jesus. I mean, I feel like I have to give that answer. Him, for sure. I look up to my daughters. That sounds weird, but just their wonder, you know what I mean?
That's what you mean.
I don't know. I look up to, I don't know. I'd have to think harder.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start answering some that people had answered
or asked.
Yeah, my brain, guys. Okay. I want to try to, what's that one?
The negativity one.
Yeah, okay.
Right there by the second one.
Oh, okay. Selena, this was over on Instagram. How do you handle any negativity that people post in your videos? First of all, we are very grateful and lucky that we very rarely get negative comments. Second of all, I don't handle it very well usually.
She doesn't.
Mostly because it comes down to almost every negative comment we've gotten before has been, it just felt like a complete misunderstanding of it was usually directed at me. It's something I was trying to say or portray. And I do not do well when people misunderstand my intentions. Like it bothers me to my core when people think I'm ill-intentioned when I'm not. And I have no way of
reasoning with them.
Right. And so we've come to just add them to our block party, block them. Because we've learned that there's a couple people out there that are just going to be negative Nancy's. We've been called heartless over things that make no sense.
Yeah.
Stupid things. And I know in my core, I'm a working mom who does not have to be doing this. I want to. I enjoy it. I'm sharing. I'm not perfect. And I try to be honest about that.
Right.
And I just try to make the world a better place. And if somebody doesn't like that, then go somewhere else.
And
Why are you watching?
I'm usually one that will be the one to tell her, like,
me.
you need to calm that down. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You don't know these people. You don't see them every day. Just let it ride. And if I see one before she sees it, because, you know, we both see the YouTube studio, like, behind the scenes of, like, comments and all the other riffraff, I'll delete it automatically. And I'll tell her, there was a bad comment, and I deleted it. Or if it's a really funny one, I'll screenshot it, and I'll say, look at this. Look at this so-and-so. It's hilarious.
Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes we do find humor if it's just that, like, what are you?
Yeah, some of it, most of it is just like, people just saying just ridiculous things just to be ridiculous, honestly.
I think, you know, we went into it knowing that there's going to be
at first it was hard.
It is hard.
But,
when you're trying to be a good person and people don't understand that or look at it the wrong way, but you can't please everybody. And I've learned the more good you put out, there will be people who try to put you down, and that just reinforces that I'm doing the right thing, if that makes sense. And I do take it to heart for a second and try to, like, analyze and make sure my heart's in the right place, and, you know, that they didn't have some merit in what they're saying, but most of the time there isn't any. It's just trying to make people mad. Okay. Have you visited South Dakota?
So we have visited South Dakota.
Pretty important place to us.
I'll try to give you guys a really quick run through. So we were going on vacation, her parents and us. I was gonna propose to her there. Had asked her parents for her hand in marriage.
My parents had already planned a trip to
they said yes. They were in on it. And then the day that it happened, Sarah had quite a time in the bathroom. She had a rough day, and I told her it was gonna be a great day. And then blah blah blah.
I had a really bad sleep.
We get there. I'm about to propose. She follows me. Didn't really want her to follow me.
I was like, what is he
Her
doing?
dad goes, is he gonna? And then she kind of got the hint there.
Understood, and then I freaked out because I did not do well.
That's where I proposed. So yes, we've been to South Dakota. I want to go back again and take the girls. We went
when they're
right in front of, went to Mount Rushmore, the Badlands.
It was really pretty.
Some other places, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we'd do it again.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Let's see. Do you ever get tired and want to close the daycare and be with your kids only? At some point every day? No, just kidding. Yeah, I get tired. Do kids drive me crazy sometimes? Yes, especially my own. So even if I close the daycare, that wouldn't really help me.
Right.
Because usually it's my own kids driving me crazy. Who doesn't work with kids that doesn't get tired often or have short patience, or, you know, but it's part of the job. It's okay. How do you deal with screamers at the daycare? Let me tell you, I'm dealing with them right now, mostly my own. It is not easy. How do I deal with it? I throw food in their face to try to get them to stop, and I try to, like, it's usually during lunchtime, so I will sometimes, like, play something uplifting, either music or a podcast or something, to try to, because it's something like they have their needs met, but they are tired and hungry at the same time, and they're just screaming, and there's nothing I can do. So I usually try to distract myself in some way and visualize Cancun. I don't know.
Are you going to make a video on planning for the new year, and what planner will you use?
I don't know.
First, start off with, how did she get me to use my planner?
Oh yeah,
a lot of arguing and tears.
A lot of years.
Years and tears.
Years and tears to get Sam to use a planner.
But I finally committed to it, and it helps that we sit down every week to write down our plan and to get an overview of the week. So that's really how it happened, which leads into.
Well, just wait. I didn't even answer the question.
Hey, what do you mean?
Am I going to do a video?
Which leads into.
Oh, okay. I thought you were skipping that question. Okay. I don't know. I did our Gluestick chat. What was it? 3 weeks ago, and I talked about my power sheets and planning, I guess. I'm using the Happy Planner for my day-to-day planning, just like I have been. I'm using power sheets now, kind of pseudo with my vision binder. I don't know. I'm kind of figuring things out.
Somebody asked, is it the Cultivate What Matters sheets?
Yes, it's the Cultivate What Matters Laura Casey power sheets is what I'm using for goal planning, but my day-to-day planning is, I don't want to, like, drop the camera. So it's my Happy Planner. I can't really get it right now. There's stuff on top of it, but I don't know if I'll do a whole video. It's very personal, some of it, and so I don't want to just like share it all. So I don't. What do you guys want to see of that? I guess let me know.
Your planner?
Like what about it? Like a plan with me? Do you want to know what my goals are? Because I'm probably not going to share that in case I fail. Do you share your faith with your daycare children? Yes and no. I mean, all of my families are Christian. I have one family, I think. Anyways,
we don't know what they do.
So, so if they ask, I will talk about it. I don't directly teach it.
No, we don't teach anything.
But I mean, it's very obvious if you walk in our house that we celebrate Christmas.
And we play holiday music that talks about Jesus and God. And like we do Easter crafts.
Yeah.
So they're aware, but we don't put it in their face.
I have had families who don't celebrate, so it's a little tricky there. But like I let them know when our Christmas party is, and their child doesn't come that day or whatever. But
oh yeah, that's right.
So yeah. Sarah, you say when you commit, you follow through. Don't you just want to not sometimes just lay around and relax instead of working recitals all the time? Today, right before this, I thought, oh, I could be watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel right now. But is that hour of watching that show more important to me than having this conversation with him that I wouldn't have had, having this conversation with you, potentially helping someone?
Yep.
That's way more important to me. I have a really big why that I'm not going to share. It's very personal. It's multifaceted of why I do this. There's many different reasons. There's many different goals with it, intentions, dreams, and that's what keeps me going. Helping people being the number one portion and just loving it. I truly love it. Are there Saturdays when I don't want to film? Yes. And so I don't sometimes, that's why I try to get ahead so that if there's a weekend I just don't feel like it or I'm not inspired, then I won't do it. And we've been trying to switch our content to more like something we're already doing. So like our weekly prep videos, we're already living our life. So we're filming it, and maybe more like Aldi hauls or, organize with me. It's all stuff I've been wanting to do anyway. So I just film it in the process. So that's fun to me. But yeah, I never want to come across like a robot like that.
And Sarah's version of lay around and relax is let me go organize the refrigerator for 7 hours.
Well, no.
Or something else.
Yeah, I like to organize. It makes me feel better.
Yeah, and I try to tell her to make a pocket of time to actually like literally just do nothing, even if it's just sitting on your phone.
Well, I do. I have been watching shows at night lately.
Yeah, but
it's been a nice
to
time.
actively plan it is. I'm trying to get her to be better about it because I feel like she's always on sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. But I like to be that way.
Maybe one more.
Okay. Well, I could keep going for a little bit. What type of discipline do you use during your childcare? It depends on each child to some degree.
1, 2, 3 magic.
1, 2, 3 magic. I do a lot. Look up that book.
And we usually just tell the parents in these interviews, we do 1, 2, 3 magic. Then we ask, how do you guys discipline? What would you do if Johnny hit Susie or because we don't want to step on toes.
Well, and I also ask like if in case they have no boundaries, I don't really want that family. But I do a lot of break taking with certain children, toys taking away if they're all fighting. My biggest issue right now is just them all fighting with each other, not like physically necessarily, but just arguing and bickering all the time. And a lot of
it probably has to do with being cooped up in a small space for hours.
Well, and we go outside, but it's just they become like siblings. Is what happens. But do you need to go? Like timeout chair, like it depends. Like they may go take a break and go play in a different area of the room. They may just I rarely say like it's a timeout. I tell them to go calm down, and I usually say when you're ready to be kind again, you can come back in. And put it on them, and that usually works okay with some. It just sometimes some things work with some kids and don't work with others.
Right.
Okay.
I have to go, guys.
He's gonna go. I'll probably start wrapping it up, but I just want to make sure I got to the questions I wanted to get to. So if you guys have any last questions, leave them. Sam's gonna head out. And I'll be wrapping up soon because I'll really steal you down, but Bye, babe. Drive safe. Okay, let's see here. I just want to make sure I get a few more questions in. Daycare snack ideas. So what do I do for a daycare snack? I feel like this looks funny. I am very simple with snack. I focus on my lunches, and those are like what I really switch up for snack. It's like literally I don't plan it. I just go into the cupboard. I'm like bananas and string cheese, crackers and cheese, pretzels and hummus, or pretzels and peanut butter, rice cakes with peanut butter, yogurt with raisins. Just trying to think of the stuff I do. Just simple animal crackers with peanut butter. I don't know. Stuff like that. I just try to, you know, fruit with something, cheese with something. I try to just keep it simple because life is better when it's simple. Do you have insurance for daycare? I have liability insurance, and I would highly recommend you all do, because you never know. Even when a person's 25, going back to the time they broke their finger, that may have happened on the steps at your daycare, and now they have trouble writing and their writing career is down the tube. Like, you just never know. I do not want to go bankrupt because of something like that. So I carry the highest you can have, and I pay for it every year. How do you deal with a baby that doesn't want to take a nap? I keep trying until they do. First of all, I have a whole video on preparing your infant for daycare that I would highly recommend you watch and possibly have daycare parents watch. I consistently in the exact same way they have to sleep at daycare, which is on their back, wearing nothing except a sleep sack, possibly, with only a pacifier, no blankets, no anything else. If they are not doing that, they're not staying here. The risk of SIDS goes up like 18% if parents sleep one way at home and a different way at daycare. So even if you're following it the right way at home, at daycare, if they're not doing it at home, they're basically just, I'm trying to think of a non-swear word to say what I'm trying to say. They're messing up all your hard work that you're doing. And honestly, I'm not going to listen to a child scream when it's not the child's fault, you know, that it's the parent's fault for not working with you. So I work really hard with the babies, and I'm very upfront with the parents, but if I know they're not doing their end of the deal, then I'm not going to do my end of the deal, and they're not going to stay in my daycare. Quite simple. Let's see. Christy, you're so sweet. Can I just say you're such an inspiration? I wish I had your drive. Guys, I'm not perfect. Like, I appreciate stuff like that so much, but you guys don't see the overwhelm sometimes. You don't see anxiety sometimes. Like, I share the best version of myself. I don't lie, but I also, I try to be authentic, but there's things that I don't share. I'm not perfect. How do I figure out my why? I just had a why. I can't share them just because of certain reasons, but hopefully one day you guys will know the why, because it will happen. I'm trying to think if there's a way to like explain it without saying it, but we dream of more time as a family and flexibility, I guess you could say. However that may work. I don't have a solution right now per se, but if Sam could work less or I could work less or whatever it may be one day, while also helping others in the process, like that's my dream. Or not necessarily work less, but work differently, different hours, or, just be together more as a family, I guess. Let's see. Do you ever have a girls' day out, not just date night? Not a lot. I have best friends who live all over the place, and none of them are very close to me, like proximity wise. So it's hard. I was doing more of that before. But life happens, kids happen. I try to get together with ladies at my church. So I do sometimes. You know, I feel like I'm just in this stage right now with little kids that I dream of being out of, but at the same time, like, no, I will miss one day. Christy, you're driving me nuts. Can't hear why. I mean, part of my why is doing something more, being more, helping people. Like, that's a big part of my why. If I didn't care about that, I wouldn't be here on YouTube. I'd find something else. But I also want to prove to myself that I can be an entrepreneur. I can create something out of nothing. Like, I remember saying to San, I think maybe it was many years ago before we were even married, like, that I just felt this urge that I'm supposed to be like a jack of all trades. Like, I'm supposed to have my hand in a few things and to prove to myself that I can do that. I'd love to write a book. I'd love to be on stage somewhere sometime and motivate people, even though that terrifies me. Those are all whys. You know, I'd love to pay off her debt. That's a why. I would love to travel more. I mean, there's so many whys. I have so many. And but the greatest one is just doing something I love and helping others. Because I could do all those other things way easier in other ways. Go back to school and like become a doctor. I could travel more then, or, you know, pay off my debt then. But they all have to line up. And for me, you know, my why isn't going to be your why, and my method of getting my why isn't going to be your method. Everybody's method is different, and everybody's dreams are different, and everybody's purpose is different. And I don't know if this is helping. Anyway, Liz, I just want to say I went through, okay, I'm going to try to cry. Went through postpartum depression, and watching your day in the life helped me so much to get moving again. Thank you. That means a lot to me as someone who has been there. That means a lot. So thank you. I think Trump is a Jesus. Trump. What the heck? How do I block people? Block, hide user. Okay. Anyway, maybe 2 more questions. Before I really cry. Let's see. Maybe I got to them all. How do you deal when or if your girls are jealous of the other children during the day? I think I did a whole video on this of like dealing with daycare with your own kids. So I can't link to it right this second, but you can go back and try to find that. For me, you know, I am honest about my struggle with my daughter Celia. I love her to pieces. I feel like I always have to say that to preface, but she and I are very type A controlling, independent, feisty, full redhead, half redhead. And we butt heads enough as it is, even though we have an incredible bond and relationship. But daycare is very hard for her. You know, I won't lie. One thing I've done is enroll her in preschool 3 mornings a week. And I think it's been one of the best things for both of us, because she can go have her own experiences, go somewhere where she's not sharing anything because nothing's hers there, and just be her own person. That's really why I signed her up. I don't care if she learns anything like for school. I just want her to have that social aspect, and I needed a break, and we needed some space from each other because we were with each other 24/7. So that's something I've done. You know, allowing my own girls to have their own space, having Sam take them if he gets home early, trying to understand that it's different for them than the other kids. So I cannot have the exact same expectations and follow through and rules. Like, I allow Celia to sit on the couch when I don't allow the daycare because she needs the space. I don't know what it is, but she's like claustrophobic when they're all around her, and she will lash out. And so I let her sit on the couch and they sit on the floor on the blankets. We do have daycare, jammy movie day where they get to sit on the couch, but it's just allowing some wiggle room here and there because it is their home. And just, I would say a lot of wine, but I don't drink wine. A lot of popcorn, but I'm not eating keto. And relaxing and getting up early so I can refuel myself and have the energy and patience to tackle the day. So Okay, guys, I think that's gonna be my last one. I don't think every one of these is gonna be a Q&A. Maybe it will. Depends on how it goes. I really like the Q&A style. I like just answering your guys' questions, stuff that we don't get to in most videos. But we may do topic-related ones as well. We do plan to do another one of these next Wednesday, which is the day after Christmas. I guess I don't know what time though, because Celia won't have her church thing. So maybe we could even do a nap time one, like a 1 o'clock Central Standard. I will get back to you guys about that. If I'll put it on our community tab, so you'll see it under your subscriptions tab. It should pop up, and also if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see it there, and I'll try to put it on our Facebook as well. So you know when we're doing this again. But wow, still have a good amount of you guys who stayed to the end. So I thank you guys so much for sitting here for an hour talking with us. I just hope we can bless you guys as much as you bless us. And I just hope you guys all have a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and really get some quality time with your family, make some memories. And yeah, let me know. Get get a hold of me if there's something specific video you want filmed. I will go back through these comments and see what you guys said about planning, because I definitely could. I just don't really, I can't wrap my brain around what that would look like necessarily, because I don't like sit down and plan for the whole year necessarily. But I'll go back and see what you guys have to say. So thank you guys so much. We will see you next Wednesday. Have a very Merry Christmas. We're thinking about all of you, praying for all of you. And we love you. Bye, guys.